10 things I wish I knew before weight loss surgery and gastric bypass. Hello everyone, I'm Sidney St. James, and in our last episode, I failed to disclose in my previous one, although it has been many years, that I was educated in health and nutrition at Texas A&M University, including all aspects of athletics. But more importantly, this continuing weight loss series program I am presenting to you today is genuine, it's honest, and it's intended to help others who have walked in my shoes or who are considering walking in my shoes. My health journey with all the various diet programs didn't work. And I'll discuss all of these with you in the further ahead episodes, but for right now, I will assume you're watching this because of my previous podcast and the last episode. From my first year journey after gastric bypass surgery. Now this episode is dedicated to all those who are considering having gastric bypass. I know that I've had multiple surgeries in my life, and there's so many times doctors, other people, even the internet didn't tell me what I was wanting to read, what I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn everything. I wanted to know what to expect. But when I had gastric bypass surgery, I'm going to share with you several things that I experienced that no one told me about. Or maybe I didn't even remember to listen. But okay, the first thing, I don't care what people or doctors tell you, but you will have pain when you wake up in the recovery room. Your chest will feel like a 10-pound or a 100-pound weight is sitting on the top of you, and you just can't catch your breath. I knew I was going to have pain, but I had no idea it would hurt as it did. And I had a difficult time breathing. A lot of this pain was told to me was the air that they pump you up with to do their microscopic surgery. I didn't know about any air. I didn't know I was going to be pumped up like a balloon, but I was. And I'm discussing this so that you are prepared. Not to scare you off from the procedure. I must admit, I do hate surprises, and I was surprised. Another thing, I had a very good friend of mine who has fibromyalgia, and she went through this surgery. But unless you know what fibromyalgia is, it's a pain like you've never experienced before. If you will have fatigued muscles that are really causing pain, if you have fibromyalgia, that's just another step of pain that you're going to be having. Another way to prepare yourself for that pain. Without fibromyalgia, don't overdo your walking, as they tell you. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm only telling you this from experience. They want you to get up and walk down the hall. I'm sure any of you had surgery. That's the first thing they want to do. Get you walking so they can get you out of the hospital and make room in that bed for somebody else. Well, if you have fibromyalgia, you'll know that you need to rest your muscles. Your fatigued muscles will cause you so much pain. So, yes, walk, but don't overdo the walking. Walk and rest your muscles. Walk and rest your muscles. Don't walk and walk and walk like they want you to do. That's my suggestion only. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you from experience. And I don't say this lightly. Believe it or not, many doctors still don't understand the disease of fibromyalgia. And will tell you that you must walk and walk and walk. And I'm talking about this now because it will help you in the long run. If you do have fibromyalgia and you want to get gastric bypass surgery. Now, many of my friends, after I had it, they weren't supportive. They backed off. And many called me a fool. They even still call me a fool 10 years later when I was getting on the Optavia 5-in-1 plan. Why in the world they would tell me, did you have gastric bypass surgery when such a great plan was there? What do those people know? That's all I want to say. What do they know? I was a fool. Unless you've walked in my shoes. No one can call you a fool, but people do. They get unsupportive. They don't want to help you. They stay clear of you because you had this gastric bypass surgery. That's just because they don't understand. They would tell me to just stop eating. That's right, just stop eating. Or go on a diet, like I finally did after gastric bypass years later. Or they tell me, get out there, do this exercise. But I needed to face the fact. Weight loss surgery is a controversial subject, to say the least. Know that there can be complications. Well, I never knew, if you want to call it complications, overeating, eating fatty food, or anything of that nature, you'll learn really quick. Now, this is so real. I want to tell you about this. You will get nauseated every single time you eat. Every single time you drink for a very long time. I wasn't expecting this at all. I would like to say you might be one of the few this doesn't happen to. But it did for me. And others that I've talked to with on my support group. It did to them too. If you were like me, drinking a lot of water, because that's what everybody says you need to do daily, after the surgery, and having such a small pouch, 2 big swallows of water, and that rascal is chock full of water and won't take anything else. I had to slow down my water intake. And I tried everything when eating to eat small meals. But this also didn't work. I got sick, and I had to run and get rid of what I just ate. Sometimes I wonder if this is required to lose weight. If it was, then it worked, trust me. You try to balance this out when you're doing the program. Taking in food, but not too much food, right? Now, another thing, after the surgery 1 year later, I experienced an ulcer and was taking ibuprofen. And I had to go in for a return visit for surgery. This is where the stitches tying my intestinal tract to my stomach occurred. After correcting it, I was told not to take too much ibuprofen, which wasn't good for me. Your pain level will eventually decrease dramatically after, and this is after, you lose some weight. I didn't realize just how fast I was going to lose, but I did. For the first year, now some of you will believe this, some of you won't, but it's true, I lost almost 200 pounds. Then it stopped coming off my body. I just flat stalled. Then suddenly, like a brick wall, I wasn't going to go anywhere. The doctors told me my optimum weight would be another 20 pounds, but it never, ever happened. Losing my hair, well, that's another thing the doctors didn't tell me anything about. After my weight loss surgery, my hair came out in my brush by the gourds, no matter what I did. I used different conditioners. I took vitamins. I did it all. I was headed in that direction again. Since my dad and my grandfather had somewhat bald heads, however, I discovered that hair loss is truly due to nutrition, not vitamins. The complete nutrition you might need is for body functions and doesn't apply to your hair, or actually to the hair follicles on the head. Instead, the nutrition you get goes to the parts of the body where you really, really need it. So yes, you're going to lose weight, but you're also going to lose some hair during this whole weight loss phase after gastric bypass surgery. However, most men are not as quite particular about their hair as women, or at least I've been told, and they don't let it bother them as much. After all, we simply brush our hair with our hand and throw on our ball cap and out we go, right? Now, another one. Next is a biggie now. This is one of the big things after your first year of gastric bypass. And oh my God, depending on how much weight you have to lose, you will likely have a lot of sagging, unsightly skin hanging on to your body. I could stand up in front of a mirror and I was slim as I could be. It worked. I lost the weight. But when I looked at myself in the mirror, I had all my skin around my belly. One big amount of sag. Matter of fact, I even asked my wife if I could have maybe plastic surgery of some sort to cut that off. And she said, no, you just go exercise now and firm yourself up. Well, I did. And it did sort of work a little bit. And there's nothing you or I can do about this if you are a lot overweight. Like I was 425 pounds and now it's down to 200. What do you expect all that skin to go, right? Which most people participating in bariatric surgery are. Your only answer is this plastic surgery or maybe liposuction, at least for a while, say 3 or 4 years. It seldom goes away. And just like a plastic surgeon is a luxury surgery, no insurance will accept that. You're on your own. And after the bariatric surgery, it was half the price of a new Corvette. Well, maybe not quite that much, but you get my drift. A lot of money. And I guess I saved my number one thing that nobody ever told me about and that I experienced in this gastric bypass surgery. I didn't realize just how difficult it would be to go on a diet before having weight loss surgery. Whenever you feel like it, you can't return to food you love. Mine was steak and baked potatoes and a few Jack Daniels Black. You get the drift, right? I like my food. Now, here's what happens. After the weight has come off entirely and you're down to where you want to be, it was time to occasionally treat me to one of my favorite meals at the Longhorn Steakhouse and a few Jack Blacks. Oh, and yes, some of that honey baked bread. Huh. It smells so good right now while I'm talking about it. Yummy. Now, I talk to people and they tell me why I would go through so much pain and nausea and discomfort and humiliation by people calling me such a fool to elect to have weight loss surgery instead of participating in their diet plan. You will feel that loss with not being able to eat a Round Rock donut or eat a fully stuffed baked potato at the Longhorn Steakhouse or eat a great big piece of strawberry cheesecake with whipped cream on the top. No matter how many psychiatric exams that I took before the surgery or was performed trying to prepare my mindset, which by the way were mandatory in the entire process. In my weight loss, the entire journey which continued for 7 years in the making. Maybe I can't eat what I used to in year 1 or year 2, but in year 3 it simply snuck back in. More sweets, more snacks at my desk while working. I even hid bags of chips over here in my drawer. Yep, I sure did that. And the family, the whole time, they knew I was doing it too. But they finally caught me on it and settled me back down on it. But before I knew it, however, 1 year ago, I had dangerously gained over 100 pounds back with no stopping in sight. And when you talk to people on diet plans, this is one of the biggest things everybody talks about, is gaining your weight back. Yes, you might lose weight, but you'll gain it back. So that's what happened to me. I gained weight. What in the world was I going to do? It was back to diet plans, a special webinar with Humana Insurance, my insurance company, to lose weight, which was a joke, but great learning experience in how to read labels on food at the grocery store. Well, the rest of my continuing story will come over the course of the next 7 episodes. So for today, now that you've had the 10 things that maybe you won't be surprised after gastric bypass surgery, and after today, I will hope it helps you decide to have weight loss surgery, or if not surgery, maybe earlier before you have that surgery, participate in the plan that I did, which was the Optavia 5-in-1 plan, which worked. And it did what it was supposed to do. And it helped me lose weight. And it helped me keep it off with a new and total healthy outlook on life for the rest of my life. Hopefully, no more knee surgeries, no more hauling out my gallbladder, no more back to pain or lots of pills for ailing problems after problem. Furthermore, my comments throughout this broadcast are not those of a licensed professional. And even more so, because of the various variables of losing weight on this plan has found that the average weight loss is 12 pounds. Although I've had extensive physical and mental education and health education while attending Texas A&M University, again, I'm not a professional nutritionist, but I am a certified health coach with Optavia. Now, if anyone wants to help you and you have to lose weight journey in life, then I can be there for you if you need me. Otherwise, search out your health. Optavia has lots of great coaches with them. But in the sections below are various links to my broadcast. Feel free to email me if you need a coach, or if you have questions about the 5-in-1 plan or your journey, or how to find another coach somewhere else, and I'll be glad to help you. My wife and I both will. We'll discuss your needs for a one-on-one coach with the entire Optavia Optimum 5-in-1 plan with weight loss. Furthermore, most plans you find on the internet are associated with social media. If you're a senior citizen, or not even a senior citizen, and you faced weight gain over the years, and you wish to get it off with medicines and reduced health-related aches and pains, Barbara and I both can help you. You don't need to be on Facebook or Twitter or any the other social media that they all say that you have to be on. And we can help you the old-fashioned way. We can help you with by email, or by telephone, or by texting or messenger. There's so many ways that we can help you, and others can too. But we're more in line with folks that just don't get on social media. So, if you're thinking about the program, then be sure to stay in tune over the next several episodes as I'll discuss the ins and outs, all the various plans that I was on, how it compares to Optavia, the pros and the cons, because there's pros and cons with any program, including those with Optavia 5-in-1. So I'll be glad to help you with those. Now, if there's something that you'd like to know more about, be sure right down there below to leave a message for me. I'll be glad to reply to it. Or subscribe to my channel and you'll get the rest of these episodes and my future episodes about some of my books or self-publishing your book or some of my faith and inspirational broadcasts like the ones I just finished up for Easter. So in the meanwhile, until the next episode, I'm so glad that you tuned in with me today. And until later, see you later, alligator.